We're live tonight. We're back. Good evening once again. This is Christine Verdiflor Mahadillas. Tonight, Monday evening, of course, it's Travel Well. All right. So thank you so much for our team for playing those videos. Yeah, of course, there's glitches. Show must go on. And it's okay. It's New Year 2023. Good evening po sa mga nakikinig dyan. Hello. Hello, hello. It's, of course, 2023 now. So, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, everyone. Well, in the other parts of the world, it's Chinese New Year. They're celebrating Chinese New Year. Tayo po di ba, parang extended na yung ating mga bakasyon for the past 3 weeks, I guess, when we celebrated Christmas season, of course. And to all those families who went back to the Philippines, to our OFW friends, hello, hello, good evening. I know you're enjoying your Christmas and New Year this season, of course. And of course, we would like to thank you for listening to us. Tayo po ay napapanood via test broadcast sa Digital Free TV, ICTV sa Sky Cable channels. It's Channel 72, TV Plus, Channel 27 at GMA, For the Box Channel 32. Available rin po kami sa Digital TV Devices and TV receivers. So, mangyari po lamang i-scan our digital TVs. O, di ba? Taglish at channel boxes upang mapanood ang ICTV. Of course, we have an international guest for tonight. That's why we're trying to speak full in English so that our beautiful guest will be able to engage fully to us. Yes. I'm so excited. We're always featuring international personalities, international places. We've started with Singapore last week. And actually, earlier on, we've shown to you some footages that we had in Singapore. And, okay, with much further ado, and without the blush on, the beautiful lady beside me is dashing and so beautiful. Okay, I'd like to introduce to you, she's an artist by profession and a traveler, of course. We are here in Travel Well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the stunning Miss Erica.
Hello.
That's her video.
Oh, right. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, Erica. It's a privilege, to speak to international guests like you. And we're so happy that a traveler. See, British Vietnamese talent. Of course, why not? And it's a wonderful thing to have you here in our studio live. And British Vietnamese. Can you tell us more about your roots as a British girl and at the same time your mom being a Vietnamese, right?
Yeah, well, I was born in South Africa and then I moved to England when I was 7. Mm-hmm. My dad is more like Dutch, South African.
Wonderful.
But I spent most of my upbringing in England. So it's weird because I would now consider England to be my home. But for a long time, I thought that about South Africa. Uh-huh. Growing up with my mom, she's fully Vietnamese. Uh-huh. So it was really nice for her to just cook Vietnamese food. And, her taste is slightly different. So it's really interesting to see that in contrast living in Vietnam, where I didn't in England.
Yeah, yes.
But I didn't know anyone who was Vietnamese in England, so my mum was the only example that I had until I went to Vietnam, and I had such an amazing time. Yeah. That was in 2012.
So how was the experience in Vietnam?
It was so nice. Like, as soon as I got there, I felt at home. I mean, I have such a big family on that side of the world. It was really nice to uncover who I am in the roots. And
we're proud to have like an Asian beauty like you.
Yes, I was so proud of who I was when I was there, and it made me realize that there's a lot more to me on this side of the world.
Yeah.
So when I went back to England after going to Vietnam, I always vowed to come back to this side of the world just because I feel at home.
Yeah, wonderful. And it's so amazing, hearing your stories, Erica, when you shared to me about, your family in Vietnam. And you're so proud of your roots there. And you said that you visited 2012, and the family, you met the family of your mom, right?
Yes. I mean, I'd been there when I was like a toddler, but I didn't really remember. So I'm grateful to go there when I was still young, but conscious, you know, so I can really feel and understand the meaning of family, because it's such a strange emotion to meet people who are your family but you've never really met them before. And that's when I experienced love, like for the first time, where you didn't have to speak the same language, you know. It was just this inner knowing, to just feel safe with someone who you don't know, but I think there's just a connection that you can't deny.
You can feel the warmth and the love from of course this family of yours.
Yes, of course. And it just taught me the importance of family, and it made me see another side of my mum as well. And I think since that point I've really liked to honor it, you know.
Wonderful. I mean, you met your grandmom, did you mention? Yes.
And my great grandmother.
Wow, amazing. There's only a few people who would be able to met the great grandma.
Yes.
And,
it's kind of cool to say that I met my great grandma. She has sadly passed away, but I'm really glad to have met her again in that point of my life.
Wonderful.
Because it's just really cool. Like, not many people meet their great grandmother.
Of course, there's so much interesting things to know about you and your family, Erica, and being a British Vietnamese, talent. And of course, you have a lot to share. And we're so excited and to know also your experience here in the Philippines while you stayed here for quite some time, since September, right?
Yeah, I came in September. I counted it.
Yeah, and before we proceed with that, we're excited. We'll just have a quick break and we'll know more about Erica. See you. Travel well.
Travel well. Let your wellness take you to places. Kasama si Miss Christine Verdeflor Mahadillas.
All right, good evening. We're back. Siyempre nahuli akong naglalagay ng, what do you call that one? Blush on, because I'm seeing Erica blushing. So I was reminded I have to put on some black on kasi ang putla ko. Anyway, we're so happy and excited. This is the first guest of 2023 and we're so happy that we have you, Erica. Yeah, beautiful, Erica. Anyway, so going back to our interview, you are a British, at the same time Vietnamese, but you were born in South Africa. How many years did you stay in South Africa? Did you grow up there?
Well, it's hard to say that if I grew up there, but I definitely spent like my premature childhood years in South Africa till I was 7. And it was actually it was a time of bliss for me. I don't know if that's the same for everyone's childhood years in that time, but we lived on a farm.
Wonderful.
Not really like a farm. It's more like a petting zoo.
Oh, really?
So we had horses and chickens and geese and
you have horses? Like a lot of horses?
Maybe about like 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they were like free, you know.
Okay.
In the land that we had.
So you do horseback riding like since you were small?
Yes, but not professionally. More for fun.
That's wonderful.
When I was younger, I always wanted to gallop and go fast. But it was a really nice time for me there because everything felt so free and you could like really experiment in the nature, away from things that easily influence you. You know, it's a very grounding place. So when I left there, I've always known what it's like to really feel at home, you know, like what bliss feels like.
As early as 7.
Yes. Wow. I think the fact that I moved always made me reminisce, you know, and look back and be like, oh yeah, that was my life back then. So I think it made me be conscious of that.
Right. So you literally lived on a farm in South Africa?
Yes. Wow. Well, in South Africa, there's like a farm community. So people have their land and you can grow things. And,
at the backyard, you can get your food, something like that, farm to table. Is that something that is?
Yeah, I mean, like okay, it's hard for me to say.
Of course, 7 years.
But, I mean, I was young, but I think we like grew our own stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember we had a milk farm.
Oh wow, really?
Next door, so we would get our milk from the other farm.
Yeah, that's why mostly the chocolates are from South Africa, right?
Are they?
I guess the cocoa.
Oh right,
Yes,
okay.
the cacao, yeah.
Yeah,
Chocolates.
well, I'm learning that the Philippines has their own chocolate.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah, we
actually
have.
divine.
Yes. We have in Davao. There's also some parts in Bicol region where they get cacao, like in Sorsogon.
Yeah, and it's so nice. I didn't even know that until I came here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I love using cacao and
So-
adding to smoothies and stuff.
Right. So you've been to different places like South Africa. Of course, you lived in London, right?
Yes,
For how
a
many
little
years?
bit. Well, I'm actually from Surrey, which is southwest of London.
Okay.
But it's a really beautiful part of England. I think the most beautiful.
Oh,
to be
really?
honest.
What do you call that one? Sorry?
Surrey, Surrey.
Surrey. So better check that out for
Yes.
your next travel.
Yes.
Okay, it's a county
It's a
place.
county.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. And then-
More specifically, Farnham, which is a small town in Surrey. Yeah, that place is really nice as well. It's got a good variety of things, you know, like that I like woods, lakes,
Oh, wow.
hills, you know.
All the different kinds of landscape.
Yes, and it's nice because it's just a short drive or walk away.
to London,
To
to the city.
Well, to these places that I enjoy.
Okay.
But I did spend time in London recently, just before I came, actually. I was working in Farringdon, which is in central London. And I spent some time there. Before I spent that time there, I didn't have that much love for London until I moved there. And I realized... you know, what's around me, how fun it is to just like walk to different places and how things are so contrasting,
Right.
you know, with all these different companies, buildings, art, architecture. And it's really fun to experience, actually.
Yeah. Well, so you more appreciate your place
Yes. Yeah.
when you left.
I learned to appreciate London when I lived there, and now that I've left, I see the value in it, and I see
Usually,
I see why people go there now.
Okay, so the Big Ben.
The Big Ben, yes. My favorite was Monmouth Street.
Okay.
If you do get a chance to go to London,
Mhm.
go to Monmouth Street. It's just
Monmouth,
like
what's
a
it?
tiny piece of heaven in the middle
Really?
of London.
So it has garden and stuff.
No,
Of course-
it's
what?
literally just a street.
Okay. With gold.
It's just so cute.
Okay.
There's like little restaurants, like I think
yeah.
a French restaurant, Monmouth Coffee, which serves beautiful coffee.
Okay.
I actually found my favorite perfume there, which is called Miller Harris.
Oh.
We
Miller
were
Harris is a brand.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure why it's not more widely known,
Okay.
but I became a huge fan. Sat there and with having our coffee, and we were like, "What is that lovely smell?" And it's just behind us. There's a perfume shop. Apparently, they diffused their best-selling perfume out into the street for
Nice.
this very reason. So I come in and I'm like, "Oh, what is that? What am I smelling?" And they said,
So you're
"Oh,
intrigued.
it's our best-selling perfume." I actually spent about maybe an hour or two in there smelling each of their perfumes.
Really?
Because I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. And then they've got this whole selection of more perfumes. And the lovely lady there, Kate, she was explaining all the notes, and I was like,
wow.
yeah, I can smell that actually. And it was so special. So
Yeah.
I became a fan that day. I wouldn't say I've been a fan of anything quite like for this experience.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
It's really the experience, probably.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely the experience. But Monmouth Street contains
Monmouth
this lovely
Street.
shop, Miller Harris,
Oh, nice.
beautiful perfume. Covent Garden Hotel as well.
Covent
Covent
Garden.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been to Notting Hill.
Notting Hill.
You
I
you've been
actually
there.
haven't been there.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
For the time I was there was this thing called Notting Hill Carnival.
Yes.
Which is, have you heard of it?
No, but I've been to Notting Hill.
Okay.
I've seen small boutiques with
Okay.
wonderful books. Some shops that are selling vintage stuff.
Yes, I
so
love vintage
the
stuff.
store. I think Notting Hill was featured in a movie.
Yes, I love that movie. That's the only...
Yeah,
it's called Notting Hill.
yeah. It's a movie. That's why I was intrigued to go there. Yeah.
I've seen that movie so many times, and yes, that's
Yeah.
kind of the same vibe as Monmouth Street. Just
with
that
small
homely...
boutique stuff.
Yes.
It's nice.
I do desire to go there when I return to England.
Yeah.
But yeah, the time I was there was during Notting Hill Carnival, which is
Carnival, so there's like parade and stuff.
yes, something like that. It's a bit intense, so we decided not to go there.
Like when you
during
say
that
intense,
point.
is that there's a lot of
There's
people?
a lot of people. And there's a lot of things going on. I don't know
Okay.
how to describe it, to be honest. But I was feeling chill that day, so I decided not to go.
Right, wonderful. Okay, so this beautiful young lady is just 21, but when I spoke to her last week, I feel that I was talking to a 40-years-old woman who's really mature and very witty and intelligent. So as you can see, as you can hear her, she has a lot of experience and she can share a lot of insights about things. And yeah, Erica, I'm so glad and blessed to have met you. I felt that, I've been seeing, whenever you share your stories, I felt that I've been seeing, the place myself. So yeah, you're a good storyteller.
you.
Yeah. And then of course, we would like to know about your experience in Manila.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been here for quite a while, since September, right?
Yeah, since the end of September.
And of course, Erica, I met her through one yoga classes.
Yes.
And it's really, again, wellness. So, and yeah, it was an amazing thing that I get to know you. You're so much approachable. And then, so how's your experience in Metro Manila? Like, you're mostly in BGC, right? But you've also been in Boracay last holiday season. So
Yes.
tell us more about your experience.
Okay, well,
In BGC first.
in BGC. Okay,
Yeah.
so so I came to BGC. My boyfriend Carl, he works at Coop Studio. He's the new stylist there.
Uh-huh.
So we moved here for that purpose. That's what brought us to BGC.
Okay.
So he moved here. He moved to BGC, and then I came 2 weeks later.
Right.
And yes, I didn't honestly expect BGC to be like that. I had been traveling before, and obviously I'd been to Vietnam.
Yes.
So I had my ideas of what this side of the world
islands
is
and
like.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was so surprised that BGC was so clean, organized, built up.
Yeah.
It was kind of a
Tidy.
shock to the system because
Right.
I just didn't expect it.
Okay.
It was actually quite similar to London, really, in the way that it's so organized and clean and built up.
You've gone through some places also aside from BGC, right?
Yes, but
In
I have
Manila.
spent a lot of time in BGC. I think because our lack of transport options, really. I'm used to driving.
Yes, you're used to driving.
And cycling.
Right.
So we haven't gone too far out.
Okay.
We've gone as far as Pasig, near to BGC, obviously. We go Uke shopping.
Oh wow, that's so humble of
That's
you to go there. Yeah, why not? I mean, well,
I
even
love
celebrities go to Uke.
Yeah, it's lovely. I mean, we love
okay.
vintage shopping. And we love finding like individual things.
Right.
And I was so surprised that you even had these shops, because in England you have like charity shops.
Yes.
And here
And it's the
you have-
Uke version. No?
kind of, yeah, but
Kind.
you have like more, like you can buy knives and forks and mugs and paintings, random things that
Something.
people don't want.
Uh-huh.
But here it's just clothes.
Bags, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so fun. Like, I love the way that it's laid out. And I'm just standing there, you know, I think you have these, like, movement patterns that you're used to, and I'm just going through the rails like this.
Right.
But it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's like online shopping, but in real life.
Yeah. Well, you love vintage, you shared, right?
Yes,
That's
I
why.
love vintage clothes.
So there's a lot of vintage in Ukay Ukay.
Yes, I've realised that.
Yeah.
It's not something that was widely spoken about to me before coming, but it was so special to find, really,
Right.
because even on the plane here, I was talking to the Filipino
Yeah.
gentleman sat next to me, and I was like, where can I find vintage clothes? And he said, they don't really do that there, but you can look into the words "ukay ukay," and he said it's like saying "okay okay," but with a U. And I thought, okay, I'll remember that, write it down.
Right.
And when I had the chance, I asked a local what that meant.
Ukay Ukay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you love vintage stuff. What you've shared to me last time. It's good for you to share to our audience. Why do you love vintage?
I love vintage clothes because I think back when people had the freedom to make clothes in a local sense, you know, like online shopping wasn't really a thing. So back then they would make clothes to sell in that shop, you know.
Yes.
And so for it to be a success, it had to actually be good, you know. It had
Right.
to have good material, had to fit your body, you know. It had to compliment you,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And a lot of them have so much character. And I think because of its time back then, I have the perspective now of seeing it as being timeless.
Timeless, yes, very classic.
Because it still looks good today. And I think it's due to the quality and the love and the care that whoever put into these clothes.
Yeah.
You know, so I really appreciate that, and I love finding those things because those things will just stay with me. It's not something that I'll just forget about, you know. I have a lot of vintage clothes that I've put on hold, and I'm like, I'll wait for the right moment to wear.
Yeah, I mean, these vintage clothes are also, in a way, one-of-a-kind pieces, right?
One of a kind, definitely.
Yeah, of course, one of a kind. So before we proceed with our exciting stories with Erica, and I think you can share to us some experience you have, one of a experience you have with Boracay, right? That's one thing.
Yes.
So before you share to us that, we'll be right back. Travel well.
Travel well. Let your wellness take you to places. Kasama si Miss Christine Verdeflor Mahadillas.
Good evening once again. We're here at Travel Well. Let your wellness take you to places. That's our mantra, Erica.
Okay.
Let your wellness take you to places. And yeah, of course. It's actually through yoga that I get to know you, right?
Yes.
While you're doing your travel, you would really take time for yourself, for you to take care of your body and wellness, right?
I do, yeah. I mean, before coming here, I actually went traveling around Vietnam.
Yeah.
In July last year, and it was nice, but a lot of the time I was ill for some reason.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, despite the warm weather, I had just like a runny nose and everything like that. And a lot of the time there, I was like thinking it would be really nice to be healthy so I can enjoy this time.
Right. Yeah.
And it was a life lesson, to be honest, because I learned how important it is to prioritize sleep and, you know, good nutrition and just healing so that you can enjoy things like this, you know. Yeah, it was a shame, but I did get better eventually. But it did highlight to me how no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, even if you're on holiday,
you have to be mindful.
Take time for yourself, even if, like, do something that's healthy, you know. You can't fully let go of yourself because I don't know. I don't think you can be consistent that way. And I like to be consistent, and especially if I feel good, if I can feel fresh every day.
Yeah.
New possibilities are always there waiting,
Right.
and I can just take it, and I'll be in the right state to experience it.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, as one of my mentors shared to me that for you to achieve your success, like, you should be, okay, let's say in a crossroad, you should be, well, there's two things. You should be ready for the opportunity to come. Because if the opportunity comes and you're not ready, then it can pass you by. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important, like, for a long time, I'm sure everyone experiences this, is like, you want something, you desire something. A lot of people aren't willing to change what they're in to be ready to take on this opportunity that they desire. And I realize now that some of the things that I've wanted, I never actually tried to get it because you know, I would just go to bed and I'd be like, oh, I really want that. But I never actually tried. And for me, trying is just actually like really making an effort of keeping yourself healthy ultimately, so that when the opportunity is there, you're ready. And I think since I did take that on board, a lot of opportunities have come, even the smallest of ones, you know, like I discovered yoga here. I have practiced yoga in England, but I didn't really take it too seriously. And I feel now that I'm here, I have the time to, it's fun. And it makes me feel grounded, especially in a place that I'm still learning to call my home, you know? BGC is so different. So it's nice to find home in myself, and I think yoga brought that to me.
Oh, yeah. That's a wonderful insight, to find home in yourself.
Exactly.
You're so deep, Erica. And you're not 21, I told you. Anyway, Erica, I mean, you've been sharing a lot of insights. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as you've said, you've been to Boracay, right? So how was the experience in Boracay?
Boracay was so lovely. We were actually gifted this journey from a close friend of ours. So we went during the Christmas period. I think we left on Christmas Day, actually.
25th.
On the 25th. We got there. It was so windy. But it was lovely, actually, because we got there and we're like, oh my gosh, fresh air, you know? That's seaside air, you know? It's unlike anything else, you know. It really fills you and it feels fresh. And it was just so nice to just relax and, you know, enjoy this little space. That's obvious. It's walkable. It's a 4-kilometer beach, right? I think, was it called the White Beach or something like that?
So there's a part of the Boracay. I think that's the East Coast part.
Yes.
Yeah, East Coast.
So we lived, we stayed at this hotel on that beach. We got there and we just started walking. And it was so nice to just walk barefoot
by the sand,
on the sand and just look at things, you know. We ended up spending all of our days walking back and forth.
And you're more fit now because you've been walking.
Yes, I think, again,
it's healthy to walk. Every
it's
day.
super healthy to walk, and it's really nice to actually walk in a place like Boracay, and not be stopped by traffic lights all the time. You know, to just go on and on and on, and it's so nice. We ended up liking the two ends of the beach. Not so much the middle, because that was really busy. It's nice to experience, but I think for us being on holiday, we just wanted peace.
Of course. After the hustle and bustle of holiday season.
We found this really beautiful, I think a hotel as well, but a restaurant called Nagisa. This Japanese place, and they served Japanese food, and we tried this Japanese breakfast, which we hadn't done before. It's nice trying different breakfasts, actually, from different cultures. This was like a grilled salmon, rice, eggs made the Japanese way, which I hadn't experienced before. Miso and miso soup. Yes, and I think like pickled veg, like cabbage,
pickled vegetable.
And it was so nice. I mean, I had that and I felt so light and fresh. I think that's a breakfast that I could have every day.
Every day. Oh, wow. Of course, with a salmon.
Yes, as opposed to an English breakfast, it can be quite heavy. Have you tried it?
It's more of bread, right? More of bread.
Yeah, English breakfast is like bread, baked beans, bacon, sausages, eggs, tomatoes, mushroom. It's a lot.
It's a lot. I
Yeah,
love
it's all
bacon
fried.
and tomatoes.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
not the
a hash brown.
sausages. It's okay.
Yeah.
But of course, here in the Philippines, you've seen that a lot of people eat rice, of course.
Yes.
You've been eating
breakfast.
rice in Vietnam, right? You have also rice there.
Yes, rice. You can't go wrong with rice, really.
Uh-huh.
But yes, I haven't actually been having that much rice here, even though it is nice. I like brown rice.
Okay.
It's more specifically.
Healthier. They
Yes,
said.
but I just like the nutty taste, actually.
Ah,
I don't
okay.
know. I really like that
Uh-huh.
brown rice flavor.
They were really, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
you've
could
been
have a
eating
craving.
rice since before?
Rice.
With your mom?
We've been having. My mom likes white jasmine
Uh-huh.
rice.
Yeah, that's of course my favorite too.
Jasmine rice.
That's why. With the chicks. Oh, Filipinos love rice, eating rice.
Yes,
We
of
can't miss
course.
that. At least once a day.
It's nice because it's clean as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to detox your body as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
My boyfriend actually introduced me to this brown rice cleanse.
Ah, with the brown rice
Have you
thing,
heard of
yeah.
it?
I just heard that brown rice is healthier than the
so
white
it's,
rice.
It's this diet where you have brown rice only, and then you introduce certain foods back in.
Mm-hmm.
And through this diet,
Yeah.
you can uncover your allergies and see
Oh,
what
really?
foods
Wow.
actually are good for your body or not.
Uh-huh.
And depending on who you are and your diet before and your lifestyle, it varies. So he learned that he's allergic to carrots and apples.
Oh, wow. Just now. After like years.
After this cleanse.
Oh, apples.
So it's really interesting.
Yeah,
Like, not
okay.
many people are allergic to apples.
Right, yeah.
But it's really
There's
interesting thing.
an apple a day takes a doctor away, right?
Yeah,
It's different.
That's what I heard.
Well, anyway, so he's not eating apples now.
No.
But you are a vegetarian, or what
So,
diet? What diet do you have?
So my boyfriend's vegan, so I've adopted a vegan
In a way, yeah.
diet since knowing him.
Uh huh.
Although I do like to stay flexible. So sometimes I will have dairy, sometimes I miss eggs, so I'll have
Oh yeah.
eggs.
How about fish?
And I love fish as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
Um,
You just ate salmon. Yeah,
of course.
So that's pescatarian. It's a combination.
I think if I were to define my diet, it would
Uh-huh.
be pescatarian. But sometimes I think red meat is okay.
meat,
I
okay.
don't have too much of it.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes I do get cravings. I'm from South Africa, so
Oh, of course, yeah,
they have a
carnivorous
lot of-
people.
Yes, they have a lot of red meat.
Meats.
there.
yes, for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's important to give into your cravings. I think sometimes if you're too disciplined to the point where you feel guilty if you have something else, it's not healthy for the mind. And I think that if you listen to your body, the body will speak to you. And I think it's healthy to just open that connection and be like, oh, I am craving chocolate.
Oh,
And
yeah. So you can
have the
eat. You
chocolate.
eat chocolates, of course.
Yeah, I find
Who doesn't
that
want chocolates, of course?
Of course. Who hates chocolates?
Yeah.
Actually, my mom doesn't like chocolate.
Oh, really?
No.
She's different.
Really.
Because
me.
she's from Vietnam.
Yeah, she doesn't
probably.
like sweet things.
Yeah, because I've heard that Vietnam people are really more mindful of their diet. That's why there's not much on the heavy side. They're more thin.
Well, what I've noticed about Vietnamese people is their diet is very light.
More vegetables, right?
More vegetables, more
Yeah.
broths, very water-based in a very lovely way. I think it's really special to
Yeah.
make the most simple things taste amazing.
Right.
Yeah, I think Vietnamese.
The spring rolls
my
are coming
favorite.
from Vietnam, right? Of course. The fresh
Yes.
spring rolls,
Yes, fresh
vegetables,
spring rolls.
stuff. Oh, yeah. So wonderful. Yum. It's light. Yeah, okay. So, Erica, oh, wow. We would love to listen to you more of your stories. Definitely we'll have you on the next coming episodes as you travel more of the
course,
Philippines.
that would be lovely.
Yeah, because we have only like 3 minutes from now. Yeah, it's a fun time to talk about your travels, Erica, and you have a lot of insights to share. And yeah, we are looking forward to guest you again. For sure, we'll be traveling more, and yeah, there will be amazing things for you here in the Philippines. And for those, watching there,
I'm so
Erica's just
excited.
21. She's an artist. She can probably share next time her side of being an artist. So let's have another time with you on that specific topic, Erica. Yeah. So once again, we would like to thank our theme. Nako, engineer. Medyo pang London na yung aking accent. Engineer Jun Aguba, thank you so much. Our writers, Rashid Luxin at Mara Valle, Sakmed Elaine de Malanta, our CA Mika Cervantes at Jessa Barameda, thank you so much. Of course, for our next program, Kapatiran para sa Bayan with SCWC Connect. I'd like to share to you as we end our program, there's one thing that we would like to flash there. Okay, as much as possible. Yeah, every episode or every program that we have some last message for our audiences. So I'd like to share this thing to you. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go for you. For to you I entrust my life. So these are inspiring words. Every day we would have like a quiet time. Same thing with you. Whenever we have like yoga, you meditate, and prayer is really powerful, Erica. So these things we would like to share as we inspire more people about wellness, because wellness is about total wellness is about holistic wellness. Yeah, not only our body, physical body, but also our spiritual and emotional well-being. So. Yeah, this kind of devotions enrich us every day, and same as what you have shared when you shared to me some insights about love and stuff. Wow, wonderful! And I would love our audience to listen to you more. You have a lot of things to share.
I do,
Erica.
Yes.
Continue doing that. Continue inspiring young people.
Of course, that's life's mission.
Yes, and if you have some few words that you would like to say hi to your friends or stuff. Please free to have this time.
Hi, Carl. I know you're watching.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm so happy to be in the Philippines, and I'm really excited to explore more. Everyone that I've met here has been so lovely. Everyone in the Philippines is so lovely, actually, so friendly. And it makes me feel so at home. So thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. It warms our heart to listen to you and to hear coming from, a tourist that you have loved Philippines and you have loved Filipinos. Thank you so much, Erica.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much once again. Our audience says, yung mga taga Bicol dyan, to our friends there listening, of course, Mama and Papa, they're watching. My siblings, Joy, Belle, Clint. I have a lot of siblings like Josar, and from Korea also. Hi, Lala. I'll see you soon with Yuna and Jihu, of course, with Roy, and of course the Mahadil's families there in Bicol region. So say, of course, hi again, once again, Marvin. Hi, Marvin is one of the best bosses here in DWIZ. Hi again, once again. Thank you so much. This is Travel Well. Let your wellness take you to places. Good night, everyone.
Travel well.